Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about a nice build for a character that will keep you alive, good survivability, and also good damage. So if you just want to get into the game and learn how the game is, and you don't want to keep dying over and over because you can die really quick in this game, I suggest going with the monk. And on the monk, going to the mobility class variant. This is going to allow you to get in and out really quickly, so you can do a bit of damage and then escape without thinking too much, and also just do good damage. So I've been playing my monk for about an hour because I started on mercenary, but the ranged crossbow just felt too slow and bulky, so I wanted something that could attack a little bit faster. So I went with monk. Now I'm only level 6, but this is a really good beginner's build. Any kind of equipment that you can get with any of those blue buffs on screen is good. You're going to get these from killing the harder enemies, bosses, etc. They're not too difficult to collate and collect. You don't necessarily need to have the perfect rolls. So I've got a plus 16 to armor here, which is great, but it's nothing to do with damage and attack. You know, plus 5 to strength, plus 12 to maximum life. That's great. I get an increased life recovery from flasks. These are the things you want to be looking for. I got a plus 12 to accuracy rating as well. So these are the things you want. I also got this from the Devourer fight, which I'm uploading a video on how to beat the Devourer, and you can see that there's a lot of great stuff right there on that. It's a yellow item. I don't know what they're called in this game, legendary, let's just say, and just get a whole bunch of epic stuff on it. So you really want to just be grinding out for gear. However, it's not that big of a deal realistically when it comes to this build. So with the quarterstaff, I actually have a socket on it for something called cold infusion. You'll get these drop around in the world off bosses, etc. So for me, supported attacks gain plus 25% of damage as extra cold damage, but I lose 50% damage when it comes to fire and lightning damage, which is why for Falling Thunder, even though it's really good damage and good AoE, I don't use it as often. I use it sparingly. If I get a whole bunch of things around me, I'll use it then. But realistically, things shouldn't get around you anyway. For things like Frozen Locust, which you'll leap backwards, leave a crystal of ice on the floor with an AoE around it for chilled ground. This is going to slow enemies down and stack freeze onto them. Then, if you or the enemy blow it up, it will freeze everything around it, and then you can just finish them off with a couple of attacks. I've leveled these up to level 2, and we also have Glacial Cascade. Now this is a sweeping attack that puts a line of icicles in front of you, causes multiple bursts of damage. If they're closer to you, it will take less damage. As it gets further and further away, the icicles get bigger. On the very last one, it will do a lot of heavy damage to whatever it hits, but all of the freeze buffs that you have are consumed. However, I use this as a starter into a fight. I throw it out, do as much damage to as many people as I can, then I run in, drop my Frozen Locust to get back out, trap them in there, blow it up, blow everyone up, get them all frozen, finish them off with my quarterstaff. Now the quarterstaff basically does 2 hits in its little combo, and the first hit is like a light hit, which usually takes down about 1/3 of the damage, but realistically you can one hit most enemies running around in the world with that second hit. So I have killed an enemy with the first one who had low health, and then hit another one on the way in and killed them outright. So definitely a really good, powerful build. Now we have a passive tree. For the sake of defense and survivability, we're going to go down the evasion and energy shield routes. So we're going to have plus 8 evasion rating, plus 5 to maximum energy shield, and we're going to follow this tree all the way through and get more and more buffs to your evasion and your energy shield. This is just going to keep you alive a hell of a lot longer. I've been in fights where I haven't been hit once, and it's just incredible. It feels great. Then we get to Step Like Mist. It's 4% increased movement speed, 15% increased mana regeneration rate, plus 5 to dexterity and intelligence. Now dexterity is great for us because it gives us accuracy, and also the more dexterity you have, the more support gen capacities you can have. And intellect, more mana, always welcome. Strength would be also very helpful with this build, but I just haven't had anything really drop for strength at all. And the defense and the evasion for me is more important than damage right now. And the evasion and defense and the energy shield are more important right now than Lee. For me though, the passives for the evasion rating and energy shield are more important than increasing my life. Now, there are lots of different paths I can take here. I can go down here for +5 to any attribute and then carry through to other stuff to get life and things, you know, more survivability. However, you could also carry on through the evasion rating and maximum energy shield and get a whole bunch of that stuff. There is so many paths to take here, it's insane. However, I think I'm going to go with the freeze build up. So 15% increased freeze build up, extra damage for cold stuff and more freeze build up. You know, this is going to help me be able to put enemies in the spot, not have them move, lock them down, and then I can do damage to them. You can always respec, so I might go down this path at some point, but for the most part I'm going either more evasion or more damage to my cold attacks. Now in the background you're seeing the fight that I did with the Devourer, and I'm going to talk about this in another video on how to actually figure out the mechanics on what the enemy does, the boss does. But essentially what I was doing with the Devourer was I was running in on top of him, dropping my Frozen Locust, which puts the ice next to him but also throws me back away from him because he does a lot of close range attacks. Every attack that he did, he would smash my ice crystal and do damage to itself. Then I could run in as it's standing back up, give it a few hits, and then get out of there again. I could also throw out my Glacial Cascade to do as much damage as possible to as many enemies, because there are a lot of mini enemies, the lava, that pop up into this fight. But I was also using my Frozen Locust for them. I'd drop it down, smash it, freeze them all, kill them. So this was quite a straightforward fight for me. I just had to dodge the poison, which I struggled with a little bit. However, in general, just running around with this build feels incredible. I ran around some of the forests and stuff and just collected enemies and got them all to chase me, and then drop one Frozen Locust, blow it up and freeze like 4 or 5 of them, take them out, and then just start fighting all the other ones. And because of my high evasion, they weren't really hitting me or doing any damage to me. In comparison to starting on the Mercenary, I just felt like with the Mercenary I was just getting hit left, right and center and I couldn't defend myself, and the damage that I was outputting really wasn't that great either. So I feel like Mercenary is probably going to shine as it gets more powerful and stronger. But for a starter build, in my opinion, a beginner build, if you just want to experience the game, have a look around, see if you enjoy the game, I think this build is utterly unbelievable. I've had so much fun with it, and I'm going to just keep leveling this up and keep seeing what I can do with it. And that's basically it. That's the video. Just a small little starter build that hopefully we can turn it into something ferocious as we get to higher levels. Let me know your thinking down below about this game. Did you buy early access? Do you think it was worth it? Are you enjoying it? What character are you playing? What build are you going for? I want to read what other people are doing, so let me know down below. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff, and hopefully have more Path of Exile stuff coming up and more Indiana Jones stuff, which isn't getting many views, but you know, if you want to watch that as well, it's on my channel. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.